when you're talking about a piece of content, then how would you sort of optimize that content for those social channels like Twitter, LinkedIn, perhaps YouTube, those sort of ones?
Some of the big things that are working right now really well are data-driven, elements, interactive elements. So, a graph or a chart where you can choose different vectors and select them, and you can modify things based on a region or a free tool, right? SparkToro's done a few free tools. Free tools work very, very well. Free digital tools in the B2B space, especially if you don't ask for a capture. Sometimes, a white paper or a report, if it really hits the right niche and serves exactly what that person has been seeking, you can do an email capture and get people to pay attention to it. I find that things that are driven by data, so that could be passively collected data, or it could be aggregated data from third-party sources. It could be a survey that you run. Those types of things tend to work really, really well. Studies and research reports, those work pretty well in B2B on LinkedIn, Twitter. And then I think a lot of it is about the title of the piece, right? So if you can position it in such a way that it feels not necessarily salacious, but takes a strong perspective, has a lead in that arouses curiosity and provokes an emotional response. One of the tactics that works extremely well in getting amplification on Twitter and LinkedIn is taking a position or proving someone's point in a way that lots of people in that sector have already, expressed an opinion about it. And now your data backs up their opinion.
Yeah.
For example, something like, it turns out that in the investment world, if you had put, $100,000 into, we looked at a bunch of scenarios where you spread $100,000 across a bunch of different types of investments in the last 10 years. And the most successful portfolio is not, whatever it is, crypto and NFTs. It turns out it's XYZ. And, there's lots of people who are skeptical of sort of those other ones. And they'd be like, aha, look at that. Here's the data. Now I can prove it to, my crazy uncle who thinks that he should put all his money into Dogecoin or whatever it is, right?